Welcome back. Namitvest Investment Holdings recently achieved a significant milestone with its first ever dividend payout to beneficiaries. This marks a major step in fulfilling its mission to empower current and former members of the Mineworkers Union of Namibia, along with their dependents, through financial growth and the creation of generational wealth. Now, to explore this exciting development, we're joined by Mr. Jason Kasuto, who is the Managing Director of Monasa Advisory and Associates and also the Principal Officer of Namitvest Holdings. Jason, good evening and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here.
Good to be here.
Let's start just briefly with some background. Tell us a bit about, Namitvest Investment Holdings and of course, how 2024 shaped up for the company in terms of business.
Sure. Yeah. So quite a bit of a history, but just in brief, a few years ago, the Mineworkers Union of Namibia approached Monasa Advisory and Associates to come up with a direct benefit strategy for the union. So what that meant was that the union in 1997 realized very early on that it couldn't only depend on members' contributions for their sustainability as a union, and they sought to establish a commercial arm. That commercial arm was established in 1997 called Namic Holdings. Namic Holdings, since over the years, grew to quite a large company, applying very prudent financial regimen and being able to really acquire good, strong assets, Capricorn, Sanlam, Santam, to name a few.
Yes.
And the leadership then, a few years ago, approached us and said, well, our members are not feeling the direct benefit of our ownership of this company. How can we go about it? And we then, really sat back and looked and crafted a strategy that would see the sale of 25% of Namic Holdings directly into the shareholding of the members. But they were members before then, so also ex-members, and then their dependents or children, legally adopted or by birth, up to the third generation, in order for us to ensure that generational wealth is also established. So what the union has really done, it's an innovative idea to say we are now giving back what we have grown in a responsible manner for our members to also own shares in assets that our people normally don't.
That's fantastic. Yeah. And of course, now last month, it's made its first dividend payout to beneficiaries.
Sure.
And I'm sure that was quite exciting. What does this milestone mean for the company and its stakeholders?
Absolutely. It was not an easy task. Of course, the Namibian company law does not allow a company to be owned by more than 50 people. So we had to go through a process of a bit of innovation, but approaching the transfer secretaries, who are a subsidiary of the stock exchange, to allow us to list with the transfer secretaries. That will allow a big pool of members, our defined group members, ex-members and dependents, to be able to own this company called Namitvest. And we did that earlier on this year successfully after a bit of time. And with that, the asset called Namic was able to declare its dividends, as it has been doing for years, but only that being enjoyed by the MUN. Declare dividends to its shareholders, being the members, and that is why this is a big milestone, because we were able to distribute dividends to 690 of our shareholders. In fact, the applications now stand at 1,500. So next year we'll probably have in the region of about 3,000 to 4,000 beneficiaries benefiting from the dividends.
Awesome. Yeah. And looking ahead, of course, the next dividends are expected in the first quarter of 2025, only for subscribers who comply with the rules and KYC requirements and transfer secretaries. That sounds like, a mouthful. Could you explain what these requirements entail?
Okay, so these requirements, we've really spoken to the powers that be at the stock exchange to understand that our members, we need to help them along the way. Yeah. So the process is simplified, but the same for anyone else. For us, we required their IDs, we required proof of account, we required proof of address, and some of these documents are still outstanding from our applicants. But we are taking them through the process to submit those and hopefully make it easier for them to register as shareholders.
Just shifting gears quickly, Jason, how would you describe the current investments climate in Namibia, and how does it affect Namitvest's work?
Sure. So obviously there's been years of a downturn in the economy, right? And that is why, and how we educate our members, why the NAMIT portfolio is actually a very positive one. Reason being, very practically, during COVID, for example, the assets that NAMIC has interest in the tourism sector performed badly. But our assets in gold, so B2 Gold and our shareholding in B2 Gold, gold performed extremely well. Health sector also performed well. So your risks were balanced. So, and that's why this portfolio of about 28 companies allows members to almost de-risk. And currently we've come out of the recession. You can see that the growth is being positive.
Yes.
Capricorn performed extremely well. B2 Gold has performed extremely well. So the investment climate right now is extremely positive. It can only get better.
Indeed, we all hope so.
Sure.
Well, Jason, incredible work you're doing at Namitvest, and all the best with your future endeavors.
Thank you.
We appreciate your time this evening.
Thanks for having me.
On that lovely note, we've come to the end of this